The solution.
All right, YouTube. Nobody does steals and deals like the solution. Ain't that right, baby girl? You follow me. Well, if you're a part of the sneakers group on Facebook, you're going to see what I bought. And some people might not like it, but when it was released, true fans of the individual actually like this one because it defines a lot of things about this person. So I'm going to preview when we get to the house. Gone. Say bye. Hit him with a boom. Boom.
Day 2.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Solution for Kicks, Instagram, and of course YouTube. All right, I'm also on Snups. Don't worry about the Snups thing. I'm not doing too much with that. All right, I think that was a weed that was going on at the time when I first got into sneaker YouTube. But that's neither here nor there. You see the huge box right here, and we're going to talk about picking up a pack. Okay, y'all caught that, hopefully. So, one thing that you need to know when you head out to your Nike outlet stores, okay? Let me back up for a second. There are two types of Nike clearance stores. There's a Nike clearance store and a Nike outlet store, if you will. There's a difference between the two. The clearance store is kind of like the whole back racks that you have in the outlet store. The entire store is like that pretty much. And you got to have some time and actually comb through the store because it's all kinds of stuff in there. You'll find some gems sometimes, okay? If you're somebody that's really big on having a box, they really don't have too much of the boxes intact there. Sometimes you find them. And, things people return make their way back to the clearance store more often than not than the actual outlet store. So today, we're going to review a pickup that I conducted on Saturday. My daughter and I had an impromptu road trip to visit some family. And we all converged up in the northern area of Texas. And if you watch my videos, I talk about that we have 3 outlets along the I-35 corridor between the Fort Worth and San Antonio I-35 corridor. Okay, so as I head north, I have San Marcos. After that, I have Round Rock. Then after that, Hillsborough, which is about 2.5 hours from me. So I seldom make it up to Hillsborough. I actually have to dedicate a weekend, if you will, because the traffic can be a beast, seriously. So as I headed up to Fort Worth, I made sure I had time to stop in at the Nike clearance store, and that's what I did. So there's a couple of rules when you walk into the outlet, people. And yes, I'm making fun of OG Rafa for a second. When you go in there, I want you to do a few things, people, okay? Look to your left and right. There's normally a promotional sign up there. It might say, you spend X amount of dollars, you'll get a $25 gift card. If you spend X amount of dollars, normally 100 or more, you might get a $50 gift. Well, 200 or more, you get a $50 gift card. You want to see stuff like that because someone's going in and spend quite a bit of money and get a whole lot of product. Then, as you proceed through the store, I want you to look up on the displays, okay? And look for that 20% off, the additional 20% off the lowest mark price, up to 30%, sometimes more, okay? Then sometimes they'll say the entire store, okay? That's the one you really, really want, the entire store. It doesn't happen all the time, but if you're like me, I get that extra 10%. It could, oh my goodness. I've had some really, really cool pickups. Or even I help somebody out as well. But let's talk about this pack right here. Right here we have the DMP pack, and it is the Jordan / Converse collaboration pack. But technically it's not a collaboration because if you know your sneakers, you know Converse is now owned by Nike, and of course Jordan brand is a subsidiary of Nike. So this was easy for them to pull off. But you have to understand that these colors right here mean something. Okay, these colors are very relevant. You probably wonder why is it a baby blue Converse sign? If you're young, Jordan didn't wear Converses. Like I said, if you're young, if you're really young, or if you just don't know sneakers. But let me educate you. This is sneaker OG stuff at its best. If you weren't old enough, if you aren't old enough to have actually witnessed Michael Jordan play in the early part of his career, where he was a dominant player, but he wasn't really doing too much in the playoffs. All right, he didn't have the pieces of the puzzle, nor did he switch teams to win a championship. Anyway, let's get into it. So you see it right here. This is what's called a DMP. It's a defining moment pack, a defining moment of Michael Jordan's career. So these two shoes are very iconic in one of those moments in his career. So this is important. We'll set this off to the side. It says, in celebration of Michael Jordan's love of the game, Jordan Brand and Converse collaborated on a special 2-pack, celebrating 2 iconic silhouettes that MJ wore early in his career. The Converse Fast Break and the Michael Jordan 2 catapulted MJ into the world stage and showed fans that man was truly meant to fly. The world of basketball had never seen anyone like Michael Jordan, ever. And remember, this is Dr. J, Julius Erving, all those guys that were dunking and stuff like that. But they had never seen somebody with so much takeoff on the basketball court that seemed to just float through the air. Hence, your airness, his airness. So, when you get these packs, they give you a few things. So, you got the nice Converse dust bag right here. Got the dust bag action. That's always a nice little touch. And let's talk about the fast breaks and provide a little education. With YouTube, this should not even be something I have to discuss. But I will, because I should. I'd be remiss if I didn't. The Converse Fast Break. It was the definitive shoe of the big name NBA players at the time. You also had the weapons, which were worn by Bird. Converse was the basketball shoe of the early and mid 80s until while at UNC, Michael Jordan and James Worthy, they wore the Fast Break while playing for the Tar Heels. So this is why this sneaker is so iconic. If you think about technology right now, you're like, oh my goodness, they actually hooped in these. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Chuck All-Star, the Converse All-Star, is actually a basketball shoe from the 60s and early 70s. Technology, people. Technology. This was considered a very technologically advanced sneaker. Alright, it's dope as far as retro goes. It's a very long-looking shoe. This is a 9.5. I got this in a 9.5. Y'all know I wear 9.5. This is a very long-looking shoe. And I'm going to wear these, okay? But this is I don't know. I may not ever wear these because it's such a unique shoe. This is the sneaker that Michael Jordan flew to stardom in. So that's a dope sneaker right there. And of course, I had both pairs. We're not going to show you those. Now, the ones you really are going to see, and a lot of people actually want, is the Jordan 2 that comes with this. You got the dust bag action right there. You set that off to the side. And for this one, I need to take both shoes out because they put a nice little touch onto the shoe with this. I'm going to put the box back together for a second, and I'll put everything back in there once the video is over. Ever get close. Okay. So here you have the Jordan 2. MJ changed basketball sneakers forever with the Jordan 1. In came the Jordan 2. The Jordan 2 is a love-hate silhouette of the Jordan series. You got to be a true sneaker aficionado to have a full appreciation, or really a sneaker OG, to have a full appreciation of the Jordan 2. Because the Jordan 2 didn't sell so well, they released the Python. And the Python is nothing more than a premium Jordan 2. I have a pair of Pythons. The leather on them is always incredible. I like them. However, I had to get a Jordan 2. So my first pair of Jordan 2s that I ever copped was a couple of months ago. I think it was November, early December. Was the Radio Raheems. But these right here, they have MJ on the left shoe and the date, June 28, 87. Why June 28, 87? there was an alumni game played between the Tar Heels alumni and the alumni from UCLA. And Michael Jordan went off. He didn't have a whole lot of points, but the stuff he did in that game just to show people, like, there may never be another like me. Okay? Yes, UCLA had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and, you know, John Wooten's teams and stuff like that, all those championships, and UNC was coming into their heyday with the Worthy and Jordan team, and now these guys were in the NBA. So you had a lot of all-stars and great college players who came back to play in this game, and it was basically like a who's who of future Hall of Famers in that basketball. Look it up on YouTube, and you'll see that Michael didn't put up incredible numbers, but it was the stuff he was doing on the court versus this top-tier competition that lets you know I can do whatever I want on this court when I want to do it. And he wanted to do it every night. So this was it right here. A very, very dope silhouette because they added all the definitive colors of Jordan's career at the time, and, you know, later on, until he played with the Wizards. I don't like talking about his Wizards time for some time. You know, sometimes I don't like talking about when he played for the Wizards. I'm like, oh, man, it's painful. But, of course, you got the UNC blue. You got the black, the red, and the white, you know, from Chicago time. And these are just crazy, man. These are dope. These are dope. Most people don't even care about the fast breaks because they want these twos right here because they were so iconic. And I believe these twos were released in 2016 by themselves previously. And they sold really well. And I like them. So the question is, Solution, when are you going to wear these? I don't know. I hate to say it, people. I mentioned I might wear the fast breaks and I changed my mind. But looking at these sneakers again, this might purely be a collector's item sneaker. Like, I have a pair of Yeezy Air Max back there that I got for the low for like $30, $35. You saw the video. I may never wear those because these are so unique. Now, mind you, I was a young kid when Jordan came into the league. I had his first, I had the Chicago's. I had the Chicago ones and I didn't like them. But I thought he was an amazing player. I wanted the poster more than anything else. And my dad got me the sneakers. And back then, the sneakers came with a wristband and a poster. And I think something else. There was 3 things that came with the sneakers. But I wanted that poster. And mine came with the poster and the wristband. So it was pretty dope. Now he pulled that off, but he got me both. But everyone's like, wow, you got the Jordans. You know, you got the red, black, and white ones. Man, those... And I beat them up. I wish I still would have kept them. But I didn't like them. I dogged them out being a typical kid. Didn't quite understand things. I had no clue what Michael Jordan would be. But I just remember watching the news and him fly all over the court and change hands and stuff like that. And doing what he wanted to do against this incredible level of competition, making Larry Bird look bad, watching Magic Johnson chase him all around the court and can do nothing with him. You know, Ralph Sampson had problems with him. You know, guys like that. And later on in his career, you know what he did. He looked for those stars. So one thing you want to know is, okay, Solution, you got these from the outlet. How much did you pay? This is one of the more affordable DMP packs. It's $300 because of the Converse, and the Jordan 2 was not a super in-demand sneaker. So this one actually retailed originally for $300. It hit the outlets at $199. So we pick this up, hold it in place, let it focus. All right. So the entire store at Hillsboro was 30% off. Of course, I get an additional 10% off, so it was $130. All right, after the tax and everything. This shoe right here is $160 basically, $160, $150. A lot of times you can get your twos. So this is well worth it. You know, you got the nice box, you got the dust bags, you got this incredible fast break Converse UNC Chuck in here, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to wear these. I'm going to probably put these in a dust bag, put a desiccant pack in here so the shoes don't yellow as quickly, and just hold on to these. A lot of people say, oh, you got the cheap DMP pack. Look, people, you're not as old as me, most of you anyway. All right, some of you are that follow me. But this pack right here is more relevant to me because I was a kid when he was playing. He was just entering the league, and as you know, everybody was like, Jordan on a milk crate. We were doing that. So this and these mean something. All right, I was alive for that game-winning shot when he was at UNC, and him going crazy in the Olympics, just doing what he wanted to do. Then there's another clip of him playing. He was a college sophomore, like the NCAA All-Americans played the NBA All-Stars, and they beat them. They beat the NBA All-Stars. Look that up. And once again, Michael Jordan did not have insane numbers, but he was ready. He was league ready. It was nothing they could do against him. He was just too athletic. They were chasing him around, following him, and he was still making shots. I think he had 18 points in that game or something like that. Well, he didn't go off, but it was like a preview to show you, oh, I'm coming. You know, watch me. The league will never be the same. So, I'm in here, I'm out of there, you're over there. It's not about how much you paid for the sneakers. It's why did you pay that much? And I'm out of here. Boom.
The solution.